Hey, welcome back everyone. It is time for another red hot covered call video. Hey, look, I'm back behind the mic, have a little bit of a cold, but that's not going to deter me. I'm going to bring you the energy, the excitement, and I'm going to show you a couple trades, give you some insight as to what I'm doing in these highly volatile stock market times. Look, the Dow was down as much as 800 points this past week, but look, those are buying opportunities. If you've been a part of my channel, you know I believe they buy them up to sell them off to buy them up, and look, they're using news to do it. You know, for me, it's all about the news cycle. And you know how Wall Street works. Give it 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. They forget about that news 3 days ago. And they run them up to sell them off to run them up again. You have to believe it. Look, if you don't believe it, I'm going to show you a chart that I use. Absolutely love the volatility. Now look, in this video, I'm going to show you a classic 30-day trade that I did just this week. Also going to show you some cash secure puts using that downward volatility to make some serious coin. Now here's the deal. I'm going to show you a 6-month cash secure put, and I'm going to show you a very tight Nvidia 30-day cash secure put using earnings. Now I know 2 videos ago I talked about how we don't want to trade around an earnings report, but if you watch that video, in that video I showed you how we can use earnings reports for that volatility and absolutely made some serious money with Nvidia. Now look, before we get going, if you've never been to my website, all you have to do is go to ctpdashboard.com. You want to download all the free spreadsheets I give you so you keep the numbers in front of you. Look, if you're going to be profitable using multiple stocks, making multiple trades per month, you need to keep the numbers in front of you. I provide all those homegrown spreadsheets that I use. Every single one you see there, right there, all you have to do is go to free spreadsheets. You can download them for free, no spam. I don't ask you for nothing. I use every single spreadsheet because I keep the numbers in front of me. Hell, just a couple weeks ago, I did a video where I thought I was making a lot of money with Alibaba. Come to find out, only made 5%. Wasn't keeping the numbers in front of me like I should have. But I'll tell you what, I'm back on track. Absolutely always keep my numbers in front of me. While you're there, I want you to look at the free podcast. We do it all the time. I do car session podcasts where I get in the car because I drive a lot. We just talk covered calls. We talk the selling premium strategy. I give you my experiences. I show you some trades. We talk about them. So maybe you learn something. Maybe you get more comfortable with it, because if you get more comfortable with it, chances are you'll do it. There's a lot of you sitting on the bench. I know it is tough. It is tough to get in the game when you're not feeling comfortable with something. You feel a bit overwhelmed. It might be a bit confusing. This channel here tries to clear the field, get you a little closer to it, get you more comfortable so you get in the game. So look, with that said, a lot of what I do here on the channel and on my Facebook page, we're looking to motivate. We're looking to inspire. So that's what I do here. Now look, let's go ahead and get to this because I am excited. Using volatility in the stock market absolutely gives us opportunity that we otherwise don't have. Now I know a lot of you sit on the bench. You don't like volatility. You see the news reports. You read the articles where it is the next 1929 stock market crash. I know. My man Jerry talks about it every time we get together. You always have somebody that's going to say Dow 50,000, and then you have the other guy that's going to write the article, next 1929 crash. They have to sell papers, right? They got the clickbait happening. They want you to click to read their article. I get it. What we need to do is harness that volatility, use our financial education, use our experience, and we're going to use that to our advantage so we can make some money. While other people are sitting on the bench, we are in it. We're in it knee deep and we're making money. That's the important thing. And you only get there as if you have your experience and you're out there doing it. Now look, let's go ahead and get to that. If you've never been to my channel and you like what you're hearing, I want you to subscribe to the channel. It's right there and it's free. And hey, look, if you like this video today, bang that like button. It lets me know you like what I'm doing. Now, before I forget, I want you to stick around to the very end of the video. I have a special announcement, and I'll tell you what, we're coming up on 4,000 YouTube subscribers, and I told you last video that I had a surprise for you. You want to stick around. Now, I've been saying for years that they run them up to sell them off, and this chart is a great example of that. Now, this is the 2018 sell-off. To me, that was your capitulation moment. They were selling right there for tax losses. I'm guessing Wall Street did not expect that they were going to get that capitulating selling, but But look at that support line. And that is 2 years right there. So as they run it up and they start to sell it off, this is why I'm so confident to put money into the market. Because to me, there's more upside than downside. You see that? We're right here. And I'm thinking the support line is the downside. Well, if they test that support line and run it higher, this is a great opportunity to put money in the market. And that's what I did. So let me show you those 3 trades where I bought a great S&P type company, then wrote a covered call. Then I used the cash secured put and all the negative volatility. 2 stocks. Think you're going to like it. Now, for all you traditional 30-day covered call players, this is an easy one. You know, I've been watching 3M, and if you remember from a couple videos ago, when 3M got kicked in the nads, I went ahead and put 3M on my radar because 3M has a fat dividend of $1.44, and their dividend was right about here. So I was going to buy some shares at support, and then I was going to write that covered call for which I wanted to collect the dividend. So I didn't write the expiration of the covered call the week of the dividend distribution, put it out about a week later so I could hold the stock through the X date, collect the $1.44, and then maybe if the stock continues to go higher, I would have my shares taken away at a higher price. Well, that's exactly what happened. In fact, when I bought 3M, I wrote that covered call, it fell back, and I was able to buy that option back pennies on the dollar. I waited for a couple green days and it rallied higher again. I wrote that covered call, hitting a double in less than 2 weeks. Man, I'm loving it, right? So I wrote that out of the money covered call, collecting even more premium. I think it was a nice 7% trade when you factor in that $1.44 dividend on those 2 covered call trades. Now, this is what I mean by keeping the numbers in front of you. I have to know when I'm profitable so when I can plug in that final number for which I'm going to have my shares taken away, I need to know how much money I've made. 3M is starting to kick it into gear. And to be honest with you, I might be having seller's remorse because maybe I bought 3M at support and this sucker's heading to 200. Well, again, I don't care where it goes. I just want to make sure when I'm holding it, I make good decisions and I make a profitable trade. It did rally near 180 and I did have seller's remorse, but hey, we made our money, we move on. Well, during last week's sell-off, man, it came right back down because 3M sits right in the eye of the hurricane when it comes to this China trade war stuff, and it fell hard back into the mid 160s. So what I do, I had cash on the sideline. I'm going to do it again. Felt very comfortable with buying some 3M right here. And as you could see, I paid $164.95 for the shares. I wrote that $170 out of the money covered call. Only did 1 contract. I'm going to nibble right here. I don't really know where the market's going to go, although I think it's going to go higher. I don't want to take that big overreach right now. So I did 100 shares. And sure enough, it fell. Yes, it fell. I felt like I was holding a bag, but this is a 30-day trade. So for me, I'm going to hold it and we're going to see where it plays out. Well, recently the stock has moved higher and I think it's going to work out. But we still have time. I'm not worried about it. But this is how I'm going to use those support lines. I'm going to buy those great S&P type companies and I'm going to go ahead and buy them with the conviction that I'm buying a great stock. They pay a great dividend. Yeah, they got some near-term problems with the China trade war, but who doesn't? I'm holding a great stock. So that's what I did. Bought the stock, wrote the cover call. We're going to keep doing it again. Now, notice I also wrote a cash secured put. Now, I wasn't going to talk about this trade, but it's right there. As 3M was falling, I decided, look, I'd love to own another 100 shares. I'm going to use this market volatility to put in a nice cash secured put at 157.50. Look, I'm already in it damn near 165. So when it fell to 157X, I'll throw in a cash secured put. They paid me $5 for that. And if I get stuck holding the shares, I've reduced my cost basis with that $5 cash secured put premium, and we'll look to do it again. I have no problem holding 3M, and my most recent success with support lines and OBV ranges and all that, I'm feeling really good that 3M could, if anything, trade sideways and move higher. Now, I know you noticed the TQs was there. I bought back into the TQs, paid a little bit more than I wanted, paid about 65X. I wrote that covered call. We move on. But when the TQs was getting slammed, and trust me, it was getting rocked, I went ahead and thought, look, what if I sold a cash secure put? What if I put up $5,500 for 6 months? What kind of premium could I get? Now, I'm not going to own the shares, so I really don't own the volatility. So for me, what could I get for that trade? When the TQs slammed hard, we were able to get fat cash secure put premiums. So on this day, when the TQs was getting rocked, I went ahead, dialed up a January 2020, a 55 cash secure put at the money. They paid me $9. And when you do the math, this 6-month trade is going to be cash on cash 16.5% for 6 months. Annualize that for 12 months, knocking down damn near 32% on this $5,500 investment. Look, I only did it on 100 shares, and to be honest with you, I wanted to do this earlier on Win. There was a covered call that I was going to write on Win that was a couple months out. I think it was 8 months out, and they were going to pay me some $21 at the money, $21 premium. It was going to pocket me about 15% in about a 6 to 8 month period, and I wanted to do it. I just couldn't get my price, and I regretted that. I'm thinking, if I just put $5,500 and they're going to pay me $910 to set that money to the side, man, this is a no-brainer. And what's the worst that can happen, right? I'm looking at the TQ's chart, and on the absolute capitulation selling in 2018, 2019, the TQ's got the 49x. So that downside risk isn't there, right? Because I sold the 55 cash secure put, got $9 for it, so my cost basis is what? $46. I believe if I get stuck with the shares, my cost basis is $46. We'll be looking to write juicy covered calls, but I don't anticipate that. I actually think the TQs is going to bounce around here just like the rest of the market, and it'll find itself higher. And to be honest with you, you know how I do this. I got paid $9 for this, and when it starts to move, you see that little move right there? I was looking to buy that back for $4. I mean, literally in 2-3 days, I get paid $9. I could have bought it back for $4, pocketing the difference, $5. That's $500 I could have made in 2 days. But I wanted to hold steady on this trade. I want to see it play out. It's one of those things where I played volatility, I ran the numbers in all my calculators, and I went for it. So for 6 months, putting $5,500 on the bench, they paid me $910. I'm going to do that every single day of the week. Now, some will tell you, look, you could have taken that $5,500 and done it month over month over month and make more. Well, for this trade, I'm going to try this 6-month cash secure put trade. Now, for this final trade with Nvidia, you have to understand my mindset here. I have been watching Nvidia for years, and Nvidia has been getting kicked in the ribs, and I'll tell you, it just can't get any traction. But what I notice is this. It has hit this support line, and it plays in this sandbox right here. So for me, recently, with all the news and all the negativity, it fell back to support. So again, I'm thinking there is not much downside risk, and for me, there's more upside than downside. So what did I do? I went ahead and bought some shares. Paid a little bit more than I wanted, but at about 156x, I went ahead and stuck it in, and I was going to actually write a cover call. I was going to write a 165, probably making about 9% on the premium and the stock move, but I wasn't able to do that because the very next day, Nvidia fell with the rest of the market. It fell to 149. So I'm left holding the bag. I'm holding it, but they have earnings. Well, I'm going to hold it through earnings. Now, I know this is scary, but I'm going to hold Nvidia. I'm going to make a play on Nvidia. And I believe, again, even if we get bad news, man, at some point, somebody's going to come in and say, this is a value play, right? AMD just announced blowout earnings. Intel is showing some life. I know the chip makers are having some success, even with all this China trade war talk. So I'm going to go ahead and take a gamble, bought Nvidia, and I held it through earnings. Well, I told you I bought it at 156, and I only bought 100 shares. But when Nvidia fell down to 151x, I'm looking at a 40-day trade where I can sell an at-the-money cash secure put and pick up some $9.20 a share. Now, I wanted $9.40, but I kept putting in limit orders because the bid was $8.90. I wanted that max ask of $9.30. I didn't get it. I had to back the limit order down to $9.25. Finally, at $9.20, with 5 minutes left in the trading day, the market maker took the trade. So I'm on the hook for another 100 shares, $15,000 set on the bench for about 40 days. They paid me $9.20 per share, pocketing $920. Look, this is about doing my due diligence and having my experience. Look, as you can see, I have some 6 trades on right now. And I was dialing up that Nvidia trade because yesterday Nvidia beats earnings, and look at that, it's up $11. Man, I was looking to make even more money on those 100 shares that I bought. Now, what's the plan? Well, if we get some action where Nvidia goes higher, of course I'm going to buy that cash secure put back. I got $9.20, and in this very short window, I'm probably going to be able to keep 7 of that, and I'm not going to go to expiration. Look, this is what we do. I show you my trades, we talk about them, so maybe you learn some. Now, maybe you wouldn't do these highly volatile trades. Maybe you think they're risky. I get it. But what I want you to take away from all my videos is this. I'm showing you all kinds of scenarios, all kinds of investment strategies. Look, I'm not a one-trick pony. I'm not going to show you just one 30-day covered call, and we're going to talk about how you can make the 3%, yada, yada, yada. I'm going to show you how you can use volatility, dividend capture. Man, we're going to use the cash secure put. Hell, we're going to do another poor man's cover call video. Man, there's a lot of people out there asking me to do another poor man's cover call. And look, that is one of the most exciting selling premium strategies on the internet. And look, I got a free calculator there too. All this information is on YouTube, and if you just do your homework, if you just put in the time to watch the videos and you get comfortable with it, I'm telling you, you too can have the same success that I'm having. Hey, look, I hope you enjoyed this video today. And if you're new to the channel, I definitely want you to subscribe. I want you to come back. We do this weekly. We do this frequently. I show you my trades. We talk about them, so maybe you learn something. And I'll tell you what, at the end of the day, if anything, all of this is for free. Look, I see people out there on YouTube right now selling volatility webinars and services for some $5,000 and $6,000, teaching you what I just showed you for free. But look, you're not going to be able to get in the game if you don't feel comfortable with it. You don't know it, right? You don't have your financial education. There's no way you could be successful at this unless you put in the homework. That's what I encourage you to do. That's why I want you to come back and subscribe to the channel, because we do this. If I show you time and time and time again how I do it, I'm telling you, at some point it's going to stick. You're going to feel comfortable with it and you're going to try it. And like I've told you from the jump, you do 1 trade, 2 trades. Once you do 3 or 4 trades, I'm telling you, you don't even need me. I told you last video I had a surprise for you once I get to 4,000 YouTube subscribers, and that's about to happen this week. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let you get a little closer. Look, I always talk about using the CTP dashboard to find that next great cover call stock. We always have to do our due diligence. We have to do our research, right? There's no magic PDF that gets emailed to you or some fake guru out there selling you hopes and dreams. We have to do our due diligence. So what I did with the CTP dashboard, I've given it away for a full year, and we're going to keep giving it away for free. I upload it every single week with the best stocks trading now, and I give everybody the opportunity to use the tools that I use. I use a CTP dashboard all the time. Well, I have an upgraded CTP dashboard that I use. I created a dashboard for all the various strategies I use, whether it's finding that next great covered call stock, using a covered call with a dividend capture stock. I also use leveraged ETFs. I call it my juice. I also invest in closed-end funds so I can generate that monthly income using those fat dividends. Absolutely love when we can build wealth. It's about building wealth. You know, a lot of times I talk about the money and the short-term volatility and this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, it's about building wealth, whether it's a mentality or actually doing it, whether you're generating that extra weekly or monthly income. Well, my upgraded CTP dashboard is the ultimate covered call screener dashboard, for which I loaded up with all the best stocks trading now, and I'm telling you, it is on steroids. If you've downloaded the CTP dashboard, it is the CTP dashboard on steroids. I use it all the time. With that said, you got to put some skin in the game. Watch for the announcement. Now look, I also have an upgraded tab. This is where I pick 5 stocks from all the random dashboards and we talk about it. You get to see the world through my eyes. Look, I'm not some guru and I never claim to be a charting expert, but what I do is look at all the charts and I start to paint a picture for what gets me closer to a great covered call candidate. And for me, it's about doing my due diligence. And when I make that purchase, when I buy those 100 shares, I feel it, I own it. So when I do it, the expectations are there. I know what I'm getting myself into. Look, I just don't willy-nilly buy stuff from some PDF that gets sent to me. I do my due diligence. But my upgraded CTP dashboard gives you all of those due diligent elements, and you can save all the data. It's in a Google Sheets. As you go through and do all your due diligence, it's all saved. So you can come back later, and I'm telling you, it's a dynamic way to do your due diligence. And remember that upgraded tab? That's where I do my top 5 video exclusive to upgraded dashboard members, and I show you the world through my eyes. We just talk about what makes a great cover call stock. And hey, if it helps you up your game, more the merrier. Hey, look, I'm going to leave it right there. I want you to come back next week because I have 3 or 4 more videos already in the queue, man. It is exciting in the stock market right now, and we can use these times of volatility to our advantage. But look, maybe you want to get a little closer. Maybe you need a little extra help. Well, that's what the upgraded CTP dashboard is going to do. That's coming out very soon, so stay tuned. Absolutely love the support. Hey, look, I'm going to leave it right there. And until next time, may all your covered calls be profitable.